Let's go.
Having not played for Arsenal since the Sevilla away game, Gabriel Jesus got 90 minutes against Argentina. We've debated that on Forever Arsenal. We know that Martin Odegaard is back after a hip injury, and the goalkeeper debate is finally settled for at least a week. Let's go into it and predict the 11 with Turkish and with Robbie. And we start, of course, with the goalkeeper. By the way, we are here at the amazing G-Tech Stadium, the home of Brentford, has been for a couple of years. We had one bad night here. We've actually had a couple.
Very bad night.
It was a bad one.
Apart from that,
we've had some good times.
We've been good here, and it's a great stadium, man.
Yep.
Great little stadium. What was it hold? About 17,000, is that right?
I think so.
Like that,
Yeah, but to me, you know what I mean, the atmosphere here is fantastic. You know, the fans here are fantastic as well. It's one of them grounds that you come to where, you know, there's no drama, there's no grief, you know what I mean? The fans are really, really good, you know what I mean? They're really, really fair in their assessments of how the games go and that, you know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And look, it's a brand new stadium, but it's got the old school feel, and I like old school stadiums. There's more soul in an old school stadium than these new commercially built ones. Yeah. So big up Brentford.
I saw the groundsman over there a minute ago, right, sort of measuring up, right, and I was wondering, is he sort of trying to reduce the size of it? You know, they've got them long throws going in and all that.
Yeah, that's a good point. Could be a part of it.
To be fair, no, I think he weren't. He was just measuring up so he could cut those sort of lines into it, the intricate lines. So, but expect a lot of that on Saturday, innit?
Yeah,
the
and
long throws, the directness.
Well, the goalkeeper who's going to have to deal with him isn't the one who is familiar with it, and that's David Raya. Obviously, he's played in this stadium many times. We know that it's not cup tied. What's the term? He's ineligible to play because he's technically still a loan player from Brentford. So Aaron Ramsdale, I'm sure a lot of fans will be thinking they can distract him for parts of the 90 minutes after some of the comments he made. Bless him.
It's just David Raya is going to be the chant, isn't it? From the Brentford fans, isn't it? You know, he's going to be getting that all game, but he relishes that.
Yeah,
that's what he loves. He feeds off of that, and I'm so glad to see that he's in the team for Saturday, you know what I mean? I know people have been criticising his dad for what he said, but it's his dad. You know what I mean? It's dad. I mean, his dad's going to be emotional about the situation that's happened, you know, and it's not really Ramsdale that's come out and said that. It's his dad, and I don't think there's nothing wrong with what his dad said. You know what I mean? So, you know, I'm glad.
You don't think it'll affect Arteta's decision to play him in this game? You don't think he'll think, I want things in-house and all that?
No, he'll play. He'll play.
If Carl Hines starts this game, then that's what you're suggesting.
And that's what I'm just putting out there.
No chance,
Okay.
right? Ramsdale will start this game, and you know, if Ramsdale starts and does well, then I want him to then start the next game. You know what I mean? It's got to be fair.
That's what I think.
It's got to be fair in how he's done. You know what I mean? David Raya, the last couple of games has been all right, but you know. If Ramsdale starts and does well, then he keeps his place. Why not?
Okay, let's move to right back then.
Ben White.
Goes
without saying that, man. He's for me one of the first names on the team sheet.
Yeah,
that's how much he's come along in the last 2 years now.
Yeah.
When he first came in, there was a lot of doubts, especially from myself. But now, you know, I look at him and I'm comfy seeing Ben White there. He gives 100%. Every match. Yes, you know, this season he hasn't been as good as he was last season, but I think that's because of tactical changes all round more so than it is an individual performance. So Ben White for me 100%.
Yeah.
I'm glad that, you know, whatever happened with England happened, so he doesn't go on international breaks. He doesn't seem to care, so why should I?
You know what, I hear it, so we may as well go straight into the centre back. So I think the left back is the bigger debate. So I'll just say it. Saliba and Gabriel are going to keep their places. We're not expecting anything surprising there. I did say on Forever Arsenal as well, big up to Gabriel Magalhaes, Martinelli and Jesus, who are all starting games for Brazil in big games against Argentina. I just think that's a great thing for Arsenal. I know what you mean about Ben White and the England squad. I kind of want them getting that rest, but if you are going to play, then there's like a pride that comes with them starting games for the Brazil national team.
Playing for
Brazil
is different to playing for England as well.
I hear it. So let's do the left back, debate. I kind of want both your takes on this. Zinchenko looked back to his best in the last league game we had. But Tomiyasu, I don't know. What are you thinking, Robbie?
Yeah, Tomiyasu for me. This is a game for Tomiyasu. You know what I mean? We all know what Brentford are. They're very direct. Lots of long throws, so you need a lot of height and physicality in the box when you haven't got the ball. They're very good on the counter-attack. And as I said, they're very good in the physical battle. That's what they do. That time when we came here and they beat us, that's what they did. They basically bullied us. They roughed us up. They got stuck into us. And by the way, none of that back four was playing that night. Probably maybe Gabriel was playing, maybe.
I think, yeah.
But, you know.
Was it Pablo?
Oh, it was Mari.
Was it Pablo Mari starting?
Remember, he had
with
a bit of COVID. I think, I'm almost sure.
Nah, wasn't it?
It's Mari Chambers.
Mari
Chambers played in that game, yeah.
Chambers
Gabriel
played in
may
that
have
game,
played.
yeah.
He may have played, but listen, you need a good, solid back four against them. This is not the game in my books for Zinchenko. This is the game for, you know, Tomiyasu. You can't bully, you can't outmuscle, you can't rough him up. He's perfect for this game, and he's been brilliant this season as well.
Yeah.
So to me, at the moment, he in every game is first on my starting. Unless we're coming up against a team that's got an extreme low block, then maybe I'll start with a Zinchenko. But for me, I know what you think, but
I completely agree. Isn't their biggest threat Mbomo as well? And he tends to kind of, whether he starts there or not, he floats over to you know, the right hand side for
really
Brentford.
good point.
And you know, if that's their biggest threat, then you put a good defender in front of him.
You know what? I echo all that. It's actually the obvious choice, Tomiyasu. Listen, he might go for Zinchenko because he wants that control, and I hear that. What he does on the ball, you know, breaking down, because we've got to think about breaking down a team like Brentford as well, who have got a very good defensive structure. But you're right, like Brentford will offer a threat, especially at home. They're so lively here. Tomiyasu on set pieces and on Mbemo, I completely agree.
Zinchenko looked distraught with Ukraine not making it through to the Euros.
They do have a playoff.
They do have a playoff. They do have a playoff, but you know, yeah. And listen, you could say the same for Gabriel and players like that, because Brazil lost at home to Argentina, and you know they're going to get heavily criticised for that. But it's definitely Tomiyasu for me this game. It's a no-brainer, really.
All right. Well, the midfield gets interesting. Get in the comment section. Let us know the 11 you want to see, and otherwise build it on the AFTV Plus app. You download the app, you'll find the 11 selected. You've got our goalkeeper and back four there. What would you do with the rest of the 11? Tag us on socials. We want to know your thoughts. There's plenty more on the AFTV Plus app as well. It is your chance to have your say on Fan Zone. With a click of a button, it is that easy, and you can chat to us after the game. Let's build our midfield. Does Odegaard come in for you guys after the hip problems he's had? But he is fully fit now.
You know, I looked into what the Norwegian manager said. He didn't confirm Odegaard would be ready. He assumes he will be ready. I don't think he got, you know, he didn't get selected for the international break, so he didn't get any minutes. But it does bode well that Norwegian manager saying he should be ready. Do we start him?
Is it hip? Is it concussion? What is it?
Oh yeah, because there have been a few different. I think it's a hip injury.
Yeah.
I think Arsenal might have just played it super safe to make sure he didn't go on international duty. I do.
So you think they made the concussion thing up?
Well, who said concussion? Did Arsenal say concussion?
No, because I heard
I
heard a rumour about concussion as well. That he had a bit of concussion as well.
Ball in the face,
in training or something like that. So. But if he's fit, to me, he plays.
Okay.
But you know what? Vieira's best performance in an Arsenal shirt has probably come against Brentford away from home.
That is true.
And he scored a beauty for the third goal last year.
Certainly one of his best. Yeah, okay, there you go.
Or you could put a shout in, right, for Kai Havertz as well,
I knew you was
right?
going to say this.
Because, you know what it is, right? It's the physicality of the game. The physicality. So I'm talking.
Where would you play him up front, right, midfield, left, central midfield?
No, so I'm saying
back?
you could put a shout. You could put a shout. Yeah, I know he scored a banger from left back for Germany as well. But I'm saying the reason why I'm saying that, right, is that.
Yeah, we still won the game, mate, and he conceded a penalty for our winner. Yeah, so how about we delve into that? Turkey at Euro 2024. This predicted 11 might go left.
Well, what I'm saying with the Havertz thing is this, right? Is that when you're coming up against a team like this, that they're very physical, very direct. As I said, you know what I mean? They can win a corner from like halfway between the halfway line, and that's coming in as a long throw. With his height and physicality and his good prowess in the air, he's another guy that can help out in defence as well as attack. So you bring him back. So all of a sudden, you've got a lot of height at the back. You've got, you know what I mean? You've got our back four, and you've got him, and you've got Declan Rice. And that's why I'm thinking it could be a game. If personally, my feelings would be Odegaard if he's fit, but if he's not, I'd play Havertz.
Okay.
That'd be me.
That wouldn't be me. I get what Robbie's saying, but I just think, listen, Kai Havertz has shown more off the ball and more in a physicality sense than he has done on the ball in a creative sense. But I also look at Kai and I think to myself, will Brentford be weary seeing Kai in a starting 11? I don't think so, even with those attributes that he has shown for us.
Remember the game against Newcastle, where again, that's a team that really puts it on you. He helped out a lot, and he stood up in that. You know what I mean? And that's all I'm thinking. Like, they really are a team that is similar.
But you know,
in the way in which they play.
You know how I counter that? You're right, but then we created nothing against Newcastle, and he's also there to create, and that's where he lets himself down, and he's let us down, and Arteta down so far. I think Havertz will probably start the game in Mikel Arteta's mind, but not for me. In midfield, I know the three I'm going for.
Okay, we've got to try and wrestle the prediction here. So, what would yours be?
Jorginho, Rice, Odegaard.
Okay, that would be my three. What would yours be?
That would be if Odegaard is fully fit.
Right, let's get Odegaard in that team.
That's my
three.
We
all agree that he's going to start if fit. I think he probably is fit. Declan Rice is in there. The question is he going to play as a 6 with Havertz in there? So you got 2'8", a little bit of height as well. Would you get Jorginho in there so you can free up Rice a little bit?
Jorginho's been.
I think Jorginho is his place.
Yeah. Safer option as well, Jorginho.
Yeah. I think with Jorginho, while he has his limitations, you also know what he does give you. And you do know where. I think with Havertz, what we're understanding is, and you just said it there, and I'll build on it. Havertz, he's doing the things he's doing well are the things people told me he didn't have. Actually, commitment in the game, hard work, he's stuck in. I rate all that. I can't fault his effort. He's trying. We just need to see more quality on the ball. Hopefully we see that. But I agree, Declan Rice then plays. Let's get him into our midfield. That's our midfield 3. Now let's build our front 3. And let's just start. Okay, let's start with the obvious one. Saka and Martinelli are likely going to keep their places.
I think it's all obvious.
Okay. Go on.
I mean, Trossard's last game, a goal, and he was part of creating the 2 goals in the second half against Burnley with his corners. He got an assist, a goal, and what Ozil fans used to call a pre-assist. So he got all 3 in that game against Burnley. So he keeps his spot. Same way when Eddie scored a hat trick, everyone expected him to keep his spot. I think with Trossard now, he keeps his.
I'm not even thinking Eddie though. I'm thinking Jesus is back.
It's just the turnaround.
I'll probably go Trossard just for the fact that
I think it'll be Trossard.
Jesus just back from injury,
just
played 90 minutes. In Brazil,
physical game.
Wednesday night as well, having to come back, physical game, emotional game. Yeah, I would go Trossard as well.
It's like a 10-hour flight as well, isn't it? On top of that, jet lag when he gets back.
Yeah,
I hear that. Okay, but let me just put this in a different way. 12:30 kickoff. City Liverpool.
Yeah.
Points are dropped somewhere. Massive opportunity for Arsenal. Not an easy place to go. Is this not potentially seen as, because every week we say this is a big game, but I genuinely believe this weekend is a big game, because if you don't capitalise on the top 2 playing each other, it's just a wasted opportunity, and there's only one other time in the year this could happen. Is there not a temptation to go, if Jesus just is our best player, we've got to get him in that 11?
Yeah, but I think a bit like what Turkish said, Trossard has been excellent in that last game. He did everything. Didn't
he deserves his place for sure.
And he scored again on international duty. He looked really good for
Belgium. That bit of
Belgium.
skill, did you see it?
Oh, it was unbelievable. I don't know how he done that. You know what I mean? It's unbelievable.
I'll show you after.
I saw you playing in America.
Let's get that on camera,
I scored when I came off the bench, Rob.
That was more. You were more Havertz than
I scored
Trossard,
against Dennis Irwin in America. Yeah, how many people can say that? Irish.
Five minutes, 1 goal, come. Hat off. Come on! Yes!
Was that the one where Cecil dribbled past him and shouted?
Cecil was trying to score for 17 minutes. I come on and I bag a goal, and then Cecil scores because I open up play. But the less said the better.
That's actually a good goal. He took it on his chest and banged it. You know what I mean? But Trossard. I hear what you're saying, but I think if Jesus had played the game already, I would have said yes. But just for the same things what Turkish is saying, I would start Trossard in this game.
Yeah,
I would start Trossard.
I agree. I agree. Probably keeps his place, and then of course the bench starts to fill itself out a little bit. You've got the likes of Jesus available. You've got Vieira. You've got Havertz if he doesn't start. You've got Nelson and Nketiah.
Don't forget, Jesus has shown this season that he can have an impact coming off the bench. There's a few games we've seen him come off the bench and we start creating.
That's a really good point.
He can come off the bench and he can go right or down the middle, and that's the beauty of him as well. If he does come off the bench, and it is just starting to look like a strong bench because players are coming back. So you would have the options in what you've selected there of having, Jesus, Eddie Nketiah, Havertz. You know, what I mean, there are options. Vieira. So there are options all of a sudden when everybody's fit. the bench looks good, you know?
Yeah, agreed. So let's run through our 11 again that we've built on the AFTV Plus app. Download it on your iPhone or your Android device, whatever it might be. With the click of a button, you can join us on AFTV Fan Zone after the game. We also run them through the week, and you can build your 11. There's so much more. Go check it out. It is that easy and free to do, most crucially. Our 11 is Ramsdale in goal. We know Raya's cup-tied. This is not cup-tied, ineligible, but it's a big opportunity for Aaron Ramsdale. White, Saliba, Gabriel, and Tomiyasu is the back four we're predicting to play. Erdegaard, if assumed fit, with Jorginho and Rice making one change to the midfield there, with Saka, Trossard and Martinelli keeping their places despite 90 minutes for Gabby Jesus in the week. Let us know in the comment section what you would go with. Download the app as I mentioned, and of course check out all the other preview content that's come out on the channel, and we'll be reacting to every kick of a ball live on AFTV, doing fan cams, the lot. We're keeping you covered here on AFTV. Catch you in a bit.